Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21, and it's time for round 3 of our MotoGP career mode, and it's time for the Portuguese GP. So Grant's in pole position with Bagnaia and Miller on the front row, with Quartararo, Vinales and Rins in the second. Martin, Marquez, Morbidelli, Zarco, Espargaro and Mir. Oliveira, Spargaro, Nakagami, Bastianini, Binder and Rossi. Petrucci, Marini, Marquez, Iker Lecuona and Lorenzo Savadori at the back of the grid. So we'll now look to the lights, waiting for them to disappear, and away we go. That's a decent start. We have got the front medium and the medium rear, and I'm very much expecting this Grand Prix to be absolutely wild. So braking hard going into the first corner. Can we get the whole shot with Bagnaia right on the right-hand side there? We do take the whole shot in this very cloudy Portimao Grand Prix, and we now have a wonderful chance of leading from the front. Exactly what we wanted to do. I needed to get to the front straight away and start churning out the fast lap times. Quartararo has had a torrid weekend. He has crashed so many times in practice and now qualifying, and now in the Grand Prix as well. Terrible luck for the world champion of the real life. But onto the left hand side, a bit of a moment there for Grant, who got a little bit out of shape going into the Tour VIP, but we now lead with a quite comfortable margin of 2.5 tenths of a second. So Jack Miller has now positioned himself into second place, ahead of factory Ducati teammate Pecco Bagnaia, and Vinales in fourth, Rins fifth, and a couple of former world champions from Marquez and Joan Mir in 6th and 7th, and of course the former Moto 3 champion from many years ago, Jorge Martin. But now onto the right hand side for turn 11. I am concerned about tyre life in this one, so I've dropped it down to power setting 2, and I'm going to try and survive as long as possible within that second power setting. I don't feel confident ragging it around with power setting 3 if we don't need to. My usual strategy is, if we are in the front and are into the lead like this, hold on to power setting 2 as much as possible and save 3 just in case we need it. So Jack Miller behind us is now a 10.5, so he's looking a bit racy. He's definitely feeling it. Look how close he was there. You can see him at the bottom of your picture just a moment ago. But now onto the right hand side, we are only using power setting 2, so this could be a gap too little for us in a moment's time, as Miller is about to appear on the screen. Which side is he going to be? Is right behind us. There he is. Oh my god, Jack Miller. Oh, whoa, what on earth happened then? I have never seen that happen before. Lord almighty. I know Jack is good on the stoppies, but goodness me, the game did not do him any favours there. Lord almighty. That was a horrific crash. What even happened? I have never seen that in my 5 seasons of MotoGP 21. That was absolutely awful. Jack Miller just literally stopped himself into oblivion. That was awful. That was really scary. I have never seen that ever. But back to the action at hand. We are now 4 tenths of a second clear from Maverick Vinales, who's positioned himself into second place in this Grand Prix. Good to see Maverick at the sharp end. He is 2.5 tenths of a second, 3 tenths of a second behind us as things stand. We still have plenty of laps remaining in this one, so literally anything can happen, as Pecco Bagnaia and Vinales are having a bit of a scrap here, but all that infighting is only helping us and helping our course. So keep on doing it as far as I'm concerned. And look at that position for Valentino Rossi. 8th place for the Doctor right now. That's a great result so far for the 9 times world champion. The man who retired just last weekend, of course. Sad to say. But left hand side we'll go now for turn 13. The gap is at 4 tenths of a second. Is this going to be smooth sailing from this point onwards? I do worry about this track, because you can make one slight little mistake and your entire Grand Prix can be over. So I must be careful and I must stay confident and strong. So right onto the right hand side now, we're going into Galp for turn 15, bringing on the acceleration, still within power setting 2. I should probably consider just changing to power setting 3 for the straight, but I don't like messing with 2 and 3 all the time. We do temporarily set the fast lap of the race, which was immediately bettered by Joan Mir, then immediately bettered by Valentino Rossi. This is my first video back on MotoGP 21 since Valentino Rossi retired, and that is absolutely awesome. Valentino Rossi with a 1:39.234, the fastest lap in Portimao right now on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely brilliant. But for the time being, we are improving all the time. Someone has just gone down, and Valentino Rossi is no longer in the top 8. Oh, he's back again. Johan Zarco and Rossi having a bit of a ding-dong of a battle there. Hopefully Rossi can help us out, doing me a little bit of a favour, a fellow doctor, to keep Johan Zarco at bay. Never mind, Zarco's now up into 7th place. My goodness, Johan Zarco in this video game is ridiculous. What on earth has just happened behind us? Bagnaia and Vinales have just crashed. We've lost Bagnaia, we've lost Vinales. What has just happened here in Portimao? 3 crashes from riders in the top 4. We are the only person standing from that first front row. What is going on? What is going on? And now that is another position gifted to Johann Zarco. The Frenchman has now gone up 4 places by inheriting positions. That would have been massive for the race. That would have been massive for the championship as well. We are trailing by quite a lot of points from Johann Zarco after the success in the first round and a crash in the second round. He looks to be raring and racing to go. But now we have the 2 Suzukis in pursuit as things stand. So lap 3, we are looking a little bit scared, a little bit tentative on the brakes there going into the right-hander, but we're still hanging into the position. 0.2 of a second it is separating us from the former MotoGP world champion, and Alex Rins having a good race as well. But of course, Alex Rins sadly a little bit unreliable, so we'll see how he fares. Frankie Morbidelli, the new fastest man on track right now with the 1:38.803. I'm not getting any closer to that one as Joan Mir is right on your pictures now. Joan Mir is ready and raring to go for a good old battle as we now go into turn 4. Must play a defensive line there. Don't want Joan Mir just launching up on the inside and possibly taking me out. So hard brakes now going into the left-hander for turn 5 for the Tour VIP. Do feel very confident with these medium tyres, guys. I must confess, I did consider possibly using the soft front, but I think the front medium was probably the better option, and so far it looks to be pretty good. So onto the right hand side we'll go now for the tightest corner within Portimao. Very, very tight, 50 miles an hour, just leaning on the right hand side, pushing the Dainese knee slider to the floor as Jack Miller inserts himself back into the picture in the sense of the fastest lap time, a 1:38.694. So it just shows you how crucial that crash was for Jack Miller. And I tell you what, look in the bottom left hand corner of your screen, guys. I've only just noticed it myself. Look how many riders are at the back of the grid. They are still round turn 7, round turn 8. They are so far behind, and now there is a pretty large trail behind us. There's a bit of a snake forming for us right now, and that's not good for us right now. Of course, we are in first position on lap 4, about to be completed. Can we hold on as Joan Mir gives us a bit of a shove? Joan Mir has finally found his footing. There he is. He's getting ahead of us. We must fight back. Do I need to use power setting 3? I don't think so. Our Aprilia RSGP is very quick. Can we get him on the brakes? So here we go. Hard on the brakes. Joan Mir very, very in control. Pumping the brakes literally all the time on the brakes going into Primera. But now we're on the back foot. We're into second place in this Suzuki sandwich, you will call, with Joan Mir, Grant and Rins on the provisional podium as things stands. But now onto the left hand side for turn 4. I do feel really confident going onto the left hand side. Oh, a little bit of contact made there, but we do regain the position. That was crucial for this Grand Prix. Will Joan Mir have a lunge going into the Tour VIP? Thankfully, a much smarter man than I gave him credit for there. I did expect him to have a lunge, and there he is once again. A little bit of a lunge and a little bit of contact for my trouble as we now go into the right hand side for the 7th corner. He has run it wide. Can we dive over the inside? Ooh, I almost covered my face there. If I went for a lunge there, that would have been literally curtains for both of us. That would have been a terrible, terrible manoeuvre. So it's a good job I didn't actually go for it. Power setting 3 has been engaged, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not messing around anymore now. I can't afford to lose position, and oh my goodness, that's what happens when you put power setting 3 on. You carry way too much speed than you're accustomed to, and now we are on the back foot. Our position in first has now dropped to 4th place. We mustn't panic now. We mustn't falter. I must stay calm and I must stay focused on the Grand Prix at hand. I do tend to get a little bit panicky sometimes when leading the Grand Prix and I'm getting chased down. It's something I really need to improve upon, and I guess showing what's just happened on this screen right now is exactly how I cope under pressure sometimes, so I must improve on that. But we do have power setting 3. We're bringing on the acceleration now, get into the slipstream of the 8 times world champion. Let's see what we can do coming into turn 1. Look at the power we've got on board this Aprilia. Look at the speed with power setting 3. We need to go very firm on the brakes. We're braking extremely late here. Marquez out of shape, Grant's out of shape. Look at the dive with the inside. Whoa, my goodness, that was a ballsy move. I ever did see one. That was fantastic. I cannot believe I've just made that stick. I genuinely expected this entire Grand Prix to just end just like that, but what a move. We still have power setting 3, and now Rins and Marquez have just crashed. And that puts Johann Zarco into 3rd place. How does he always do it? Johann Zarco back again into the top 3 positions, but look at Valentino Rossi, just 1 position away from a potential podium here in the Algarve. So onto the right hand side now for turn 7. Joan Mir is still holding firm, and I'm still using power setting 3, but look at this lap time we can produce if we stay within power setting 3 and we keep it together. So onto the left-hand side for the Craig Jones. This difficult right-hander for turn 10 is exactly where we struggled on the previous lap, but look how tight we are now. Turn 11, it could be even tighter. Beautifully done there. Now onto the rear of Joan Mir. Can we have a lunge going into turn 13? Pull a Pedro Acosta up on the inside of him. It's going to be not quite. Oh, we're getting a bit of shame. Oh, pushed him. Oh, no. Oh, no. Grant's just pushed him off. Oh, I did not mean to do that. That is a massive mistake. Oh, Joan Mir is going to be absolutely livid, and for good reason. Oh, I've made an absolute mistake there. An absolute catastrophe for the MotoGP World Champion. I cannot believe I've just done that. I thought I could get up the inside. I thought I was Pedro Acosta. Clearly, I'm not. Oh, my lord. A penalty should be inbound for the man on your screens right now. Let me know in the comment section down below what I should take for that punishment. I cannot believe I've just done that. I completely got it out of control there. And now Johann Zarco somehow finds himself into second position, trailing by 0.8 of a second. I cannot believe that. That lap time of ours on that previous lap would have been absolutely ridiculous if we stayed on board the motorcycle and didn't just bop Joan Mir. I cannot believe I've done that. I can only apologise to Joan Mir and the Suzuki fans. That was disgusting. That is totally my fault. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's too late now. There's not much I can say, but I'll tell you what, it's not over. We have 1 second gap to Johann Zarco in second place, and Valentino Rossi is on the podium in third place. Literally anything can happen in MotoGP World Championship racing. This is just unbelievable. I've got no words. I don't know what we're going to do about that shove to Joan Mir. Let me know in the comment section down below. I can only apologise, and we'll see what punishment we have to take. And the problem is as well, I've already recorded a lot of these races too, so if you're going to tell me I need to take a punishment, we'll have to then decide it amongst ourselves when to take the punishment. But for the time being, on the left hand side of the screen for turn 13 we'll have a couple more laps to go in this Grand Prix. Are we going to hang on? Yes, we just took out Joan Mir. Yes, there's been a lot of riders crashing around us, but you can't deny we did fight back tremendously against Joan Mir then. We fought back against Marquez and Rins in that ridiculous move going into the Primera corner, and fought back against Joan Mir, albeit a little bit clumsy. Nonetheless, we're still back into the top position, and we're about to start the penultimate lap. If we can just hang on a little bit longer, even though we have a very quick and determined Johann Zarco on our trail. I'm divided with the idea of changing it to power setting 3. I don't feel confident with power setting 3 after travelling so long within power setting 2. Because you get used to power setting 2, you get used to how much acceleration you can apply without spinning the rear, you get used to the comfort and feeling of that second power setting. When you change it to power setting 3, your braking markers change, the acceleration changes, everything changes, so I try and hold off with power setting 2 as long as possible. I just feel more confident and more smoother with the motorcycle. Yes, the last lap we did have a bit of a disaster with Joan Mir, but looking at the previous laps, we have been very consistent when using power setting 2. So I really do want to keep hold of power setting 2 on this penultimate lap, and possibly for the final lap as well. But that lap has come down once again. That gap has come down. It is now down to 0.3 of a second going into the Craig Jones corner. Have I just bottled this? I'm getting really, really nervous, and you can see in the lap time we are 1 second down compared to our previous lap time. We have just lost it on this penultimate lap. We mustn't, I repeat, we mustn't allow Johann Zarco a single opportunity to get on through, because he is ruthless in this game. He truly is. He was ruthless with me in Jerez last season, and even here in Portimao he gave me the big don't argue into turn 13. So here we go. We are about to start the final lap here in Portimao. Can we hold on? There is Johann Zarco right behind us. I think now is a better time than to put it into power setting 3. I really don't know if I should or not. I always get a bit nervous changing it mid-flight, but here we go. Power setting 3 has been applied. 0.2 of a second is the gap. We must get it right going into the Primera corner. Nice and controlled, nice and gentle on the brakes going into turn 1. A little bit wide perhaps, but we still stay within the limits of the track. Right hand side for turn 2, right hand side for turn 3 for Lagos. Nice and tight to the apex, no chance of a move there from Johann Zarco. Getting onto the left hand side for turn 4, Johann Zarco, Lord almighty, where did he come from then? Oh my god, he already got through. I gave him no space whatsoever, and the Frenchman still decided to go on through. This, I mentioned it just a lap ago, how ruthless this man can be, and there he is once again. We have to fight back. I'm not going through all of this rigmarole to then lose it on the final lap. Johann Zarco, be damned. I'm not losing it here. I'll go into turn 13 and bop you off like I did in the previous lap with Joan Mir. I'm not bothered. I want this victory. I'm desperate for it now, and I guess you can tell, but onto the left-hand side, going into the Craig Jones corner, Johan Zarco is holding Grant off at bay, the world champion against one of the runner-ups. We're getting super close, trying not to just bop into the side of the Johan Zarco. The tyres are looking a bit worse for wear. We have power setting 3 applied. Turn 13, it's going to have to be. We're not close enough. Johan Zarco is a demon on the brakes with... Oh no, that's it. That's the moment. We did the same thing last season. We did the exact same thing last season. Oh, maybe, I don't know if it's still there. 0.4 of a second in this one for us. Power setting 3 applied on the final lap. We're going to go a little bit wide on the entry. There's Valentino Rossi. I'm going to try and get everything possible. Oh, I've run it deep going into the final corner now as well. I cannot believe this. Oh, look at Valentino Rossi. Johan Zarco will win, but Rossi might even pinch second from us. Unbelievable, across the line from first to third on the final lap. I cannot believe that. No way. Oh my goodness. Karma has played a cruel trick on us here today. But what a victory for Johan Zarco, fighting through the pack. Granted, he was gifted a lot of positions after many riders crashed, but Valentino Rossi back on the podium for the 200th time in MotoGP, and Grant does take third place after leading for so long. Ah, I can't believe it. I'm knackered. I can't believe it. What a disaster. But we'll look at the team championship and see what it has done. Johan Zarco now takes 50 points out of a possible 75. 5 points trails Pecco Bagnaia, 13 trail Joan Mir and Miguel Oliveira. We are there in 7th place, just 25 points down from Johan Zarco. Look at Rossi flying on through with 11 places on the championship. Now up into 8th position with that 2nd place finish. A look at the team championship now, and the Pramac Racing Ducati team lead the way with 26 points clear from Ducati Lenovo and 28 ahead of Red Bull KTM. Not the victory we wanted, but I tell you what guys, a podium is still a good result in that one. I messed it up towards the end there. I got a little bit nervous fighting Johan Zarco. Touching the apex of turn 13 was the worst thing we possibly could have done. But regardless, what a race. I really hope you guys have enjoyed that. If you have, let me know in the comments section down below, and also consider hitting the like button and subscribing, because these videos do take it out of me, and I really appreciate if you just help me out trying to get further up with the more subscribers and more viewers alike. So guys, honestly, thank you very much for watching. It's been fantastic. I really enjoyed this one, and MotoGP 21 career mode is once again looking to be absolutely awesome. We've got some more rounds coming up, more racing tomorrow in Jerez. So make sure you're there nice and early at 2 PM for the qualifying and 6 PM for the Grand Prix itself. Seems fitting that Valentino Rossi is back on the podium after his final Grand Prix, in real life that is. But apart from that guys, thanks for watching as always. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching guys, ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.